What's going on, guys? The Barber Phil here, back again with another haircut tutorial. And in today's tutorial we will be doing a men's taper fade 1, 2, 3 on the sides. We will be doing a hard part and a comb over on top, but that's not so much the focus of this video. It's all about the taper on the sides. I am kind of somewhat using the half attack system with the new Gamma double magnet professional guards. We're going to start this haircut off though after consultation with him. Picked out where we felt the hard part best set up for him, and then we're going to tap from the top down. So I'm going to hold all that hair up top out of the way, and then we're going to come back through and tap from the bottom up. That's going to get both sides of this hard part nice and crisp and give them a nice shape. Now we're going to come in. This is a closed 3 guard, and instead of doing block graduation through here, I did decide just to come through with a 3 guard and go straight up and off at the parietal ridge area. Use that technique where you lay that comb flush to the side of his head where it starts to separate. That's about where you know that weight can be left at. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my comb and I'm combing that hair down to where I think that line is supposed to be, and then I'm coming up with my clipper and I'm basically running up through that comb. And so the comb sets up the guideline as to where the clipper needs to come off the head, and then I just do my job of flicking out at the top. It's going to set that weight up. Now it is going to look a little heavier right now. That's alright. We'll come in just in a minute with some clipper over comb and we will fade that out. Now, like I said, this is a little bit of the half attack system, so this is a 1.5 guard halfway open, and we're just flicking up into that initial 3 guard that we cleared out this whole side panel with. Now in just a minute I'm going to come in. I won't do the half guard half open. I'm actually not going to take it down that short. We're just going to take the 1 guard and we're going to go ahead and clean all the way down towards the actual temple area and where the bottom of the sideburn is, and then we're just going to flick that up into that 1.5 guard that we just did. That's about where we'll stop as far as this fade goes. That's why I said it was like a 1, 2, 3 fade. And then from there, we'll go ahead and move to the back after we do the clipper over comb, and we'll get that back taper going. So detail work is so important, guys. It's probably another big tip that I can hand out if you didn't already, of course, know that. As you guys noticed there, I did clean up the hair on his ear. That's something that there's probably a lot of barbers out there that do not pay attention to those little details, but I guarantee you, even if he doesn't notice it, when he goes home to his wife, I guarantee you she will notice that the hair in his ear had been trimmed. So he might not even have thought about it, but I guarantee you she's going to tell him to come back to you because of that simple fact. So that's just a little tip to take with you guys. Those little small details like that can go a long ways. So we went ahead and we did clipper over comb. We removed all that extra bulk around the perimeter. Now you guys can see I'm coming back in again using that comb, holding that hair down, and then I'm running that guard up and off right where that comb is. That's going to set up that guideline basically, and then we're just going to completely finish off this side and the back here with that 3 guard closed. And we're going to come in behind it, the half open 1.5 guard, flicking up into that initial 3 guard. Now here in a minute, I do go ahead and clear off the right side because I didn't quite get it all with the camera angle. And then from there, we'll go ahead and taper the rest of the way down. I don't know if you guys can quite pick it up. I could in person, but there are indentions behind both of his ears and then right there in the middle of his, right below his occipital bone. So those are issues where, as my barber instructor at school used to tell us, it has nothing to do with the hair being the same length. It's all about the hair looking the same color. And so that's one of those things where you may have to come in with a guard that's a little bit shorter or close the exact same clipper up just to get that color to look the same. So it's a little tip there as well. But as far as the taper goes, FX at the bottom, just to clear that out. Then we come in with our detailer. Now of course we're going to come in with an open clipper, half open, going about halfway to 3/4 of the way up through this little taper section here. This is about almost a full inch section, and then when we close it up all the way, the zero gapped Rebel is going straight up into that detailer, no problems at all. Now the only problem with the Gamma, and this goes for a couple of the other guard systems as well somewhat. I don't know exactly if this was a 0 or if this was a 1 guard. I'm pretty sure this was a 0 guard, and then I think we'll come back in right here with the 1 guard and kind of flick back up into some of that area right above it. Let's clipper over comb to finish off the back, and then we'll jump right back into it on the right side. So I went ahead and zoomed in on this next part. This is where I do that initial 3 guard, and I use the comb to hold the hair down. And like I said, you'll pick out before you even start doing this where you think that weight should be left. And what you can do is you can bring that comb down a little bit past it so that you give yourself a little extra room to work with. But basically you're just going to pull that hair down with the comb. That's going to keep that hair from being pushed out of the way with the guard, and then you're just going to flick out as you get to the actual comb itself, and it's going to give you a nice precise section there, and then a guideline to go off of. And then from there we're going to go right back into the half open 1.5 guard, flicking up into that initial 3 guard section. And that's going to take most of the side out of play here, as far as, you know, knocking it out, because this is like a 1, 2, 3 fade. We're not taking it all the way down to skin, so there's not going to be your typical open section and all that. But then you're going to come back in at the end. This is the 1 guard, and you're just going to flick up into that initial 1.5 guard section. Make sure you fold the ear down, get all that pesky hair behind there, and then from there you can come back in, start detail work with the trimmers, or do your clipper over comb, whatever order that you see fit to start knocking that out. So here I'm just kind of flicking a 4 guard. I think it's even open, kind of up through there, just to make sure that we do remove any hair that maybe the clipper over comb didn't get. And then we're going to get into the detail work with our FXs. On the front side of his ear there, we folded his ear down, and I used the right side of my blade. And then above the ear, you're going to use kind of the left side so that you don't accidentally use too much of the blade all at once. And then once you get behind the ear, that's when you can go the full width of the blade, and then down the neck, following that natural hairline. Nice sharp line on the back of the beard, I think, really sets up any type of haircut for somebody that's got a beard. And then of course the C cups. Now here is probably maybe my biggest tip in today's video. I don't want to tell anybody that you shouldn't cut a haircut that's got a hard part. I'm not telling anybody that you shouldn't cut short all the way up to the part, like run like a 2 guard all the way up to the part and remove that weight that we left. But what I will say is, I do find it personally unappealing if I pass somebody anywhere out and about and they've got a hard part style haircut, and it's a hard part's halfway up the side of their head and it's short as can be all the way up to that part. It just looks like you got a buzz cut on one side of your head, and then you got this big patch of hair in the top, the top side of your head, and it's just so unbalanced. And I know that that's how people request it sometimes. It is a little more difficult, I guess, maybe at home to style your hair, but personally I think it looks a million times better when you leave even just a little bit of weight. I was taught in school that men's haircuts were more square shaped and women's haircuts were more rounded, and so when you leave that little bit of weight, and you can do that, like I said, by holding that comb flush to the head and coming straight up off the head, that will leave just enough weight to kind of give that balanced, square shaped. And so you guys let me know what y'all think about that. That's just my personal opinion, but that's how I was taught. And my apologies, guys. I did mention that I was going to have those color guards and the chart in the bottom. I got this video recorded and edited before I got the color charts and the color guards in. So starting hopefully with the next video, that will be the case. Now, as far as fading out the beard, we're going to come in. We used our FXs just to create a nice sharp separation between the sideburn and the actual beard itself. Then we use the detailer on both sides, the top going up into the taper area up top and then down into the beard, just to make sure that we knew our closed rebel would feed into that nicely. Then we came in a little bit of an open clipper, flicked up into there, and then that 0 guard is going to nicely connect into the 1 guard that we finished off the fade on the side with. You're going to work kind of the same way going back down. You're going to do an open clipper right there at the very top of the beard, and then you can slowly start to use that 1 guard. Now, I think I did a 1 or a 1.5. You can go down with the growth of the hair just a little bit to soften that up some, and then come in with your FXs, find the highest natural point of his beard line, and then try to finish that off by connecting it up through his C-cup so that you have a nice semicircle up through there. Now, it's kind of faint. If you come in with a razor, you can really see, even if you've even used a shaver, if you use that razor all the way down through the C-cup and then the round of the beard, it should be all one continuous line. So we come in there, we just lightened up the mustache a bit, and then this is probably one of my favorite things about doing beard work is the line underneath the beard, because I think the moment you hit a sharp line on the underneath where it connects to the back line on the beard, that just completely brings either the whole haircut together. It for sure brings the whole beard together, and you guys will see it here in just a second. As soon as we hit these next couple strokes here, boom, right there, that immediately makes this whole haircut and the whole beard shape so much better. As soon as you get those nice sharp lines from the back of the beard and then underneath connected, it's just poetry in motion right there, guys. So guys, we are pretty close to 4,500 subscribers. Obviously the goal, I said before the end of last year, and this is all on me for not continuing on posting videos, but the goal obviously is next 5K. So if you are watching this video or you've watched any of my videos and you haven't subscribed, do your boy a solid, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, hit the like button. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know if there's anything from this video that you took away that you liked. If there's anything that you guys want to see in the future. I'm going to try to do a little more clipper reviews if I can. And then if not, we'll just continue on with the tutorials. If there's other stuff that you guys would like to see, let me know, and I'll try my best to try to accommodate whatever I can. But here was the before, guys. As you can see, it's pretty thick hair, and then we got it nice and cleaned up. Guys, make sure that you use that promo code, the Barber Feel, on Gamma and StyleCraft's website for 10% off. They are killing it, and so that's probably hands down the best clipper company I think in the game right now. That is because that's what I'm using the most, but I'm using it the most because they are hands down one of the best. So guys, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, consider subscribing if you're new, and enable those notifications. Until the next video, guys, I appreciate y'all.